On behalf of the EFDD group, Mr. Coburn.
Senor Draghi, you, sir, and all of Europe should be concerned with the way Messrs Barnier and Verhofstadt are treating the City of London in these so-called Brexit negotiations, which are nothing of the sort. Whether Barnier or Verhofstadt like it or not, the City of London is the banker of Europe, if not the world, and it will remain so after Brexit. By not organising a proper deal, Verhofstadt and Barnier are threatening the stability of the eurozone. As Eurofanatics, Barnier and Verhofstadt would rather damage the economic future of the people of Europe rather than in any way upset the European project, which is their sole objective and fanaticism. Barnier's job is not to negotiate a deal, but to nobble, destroy, damage Britain's ability to embarrass the European Union by running an effective market-driven economy rather than the European command economy envisioned by the European project, which failed so miserably in Eastern Europe over the last 50 years. You more than anyone, sir, as an Italian banker, should know the precarious the situation many of Italian banks are in, and that by creating problems in the City of London and making it harder for Italian banks and people around Europe to obtain credit, this may well damage the Italian banks and push them over the edge into bankruptcy, followed by the eurozone. This will hardly help small businesses all over Europe. Why should Britain care? Well, quite frankly, we don't want an economic basket case on our frontier. We want to trade with you, we want to do business with you, we want to be friends with you, but we want to retain our own bank accounts and our own economy, which we are quite entitled to do. But I ask you, sir, are you not concerned about what's going on with Barnier and Verhofstadt? Thank you for your indulgence, Mr. President.
Now, one word about Brexit. We are not party of these negotiations, so we are certainly monitoring their evolution. And clearly, I agree that much depends on these negotiations and possible arrangements. Of course, we always prepare for any eventuality, but at the same time, we are assessing the direction, the probability and the potential impact of risks. But the bottom line is one: either this transition is well managed, and there won't be substantial risks, or it's not, and then the risk will be there. And we're certainly looking at that, and we've got to be prepared at that. And by the way, let me also add that certainly as far as our role is concerned as supervisors, the good cooperation with the Bank of England is quite important in coping with potential risks, and especially risks of any potential cliff edge effects. Certainly, transitional arrangements along the lines of the December European Council guidelines could be useful to smooth out the Brexit process. But as we all know, the materialisation of the transition period is still exposed to political uncertainty, and that will remain for some time to come.